this is Janet Wright, and this is a recap video where I discuss what I did in the group energy healing that I did today. And it is raining, so that's why I'm under this little awning. So you still get the outdoor effect, but I stay dry. So today's date is May 14th, 2017. And as many of you know, this is the second of the 3 healing set, because mini triplets are a set of 3 20-minute group healings. So they're each 20 minutes and they happen on a set day. So Friday, Sunday, and Tuesday within 1 week. So this is the Sunday healing that I just did. I probably finished it maybe about 40 minutes ago, 30 minutes ago. Okay. So today's theme kind of built on the Friday healing theme. I mean, it was family related for a lot of the participants, all the US participants. It's Mother's Day today, and this healing, at first I thought it was going to be about communication and letting go and creativity. And it was, but that was kind of the springboard for the real topic, which turned out to be, like, it just evolved as I was doing the work. It turned out to be having a conscious sense of your individual purpose, like a sense of purpose as an individual in this lifetime, and to be more and more conscious of that. And I don't mean like, I don't know, sometimes people boil it down to one sentence or something, like, oh, this is the purpose of my life, which usually I feel like, I don't know how much I resonate with that. But, like, in other words, having a job that you feel is really meaningful, that you're meant to do, or having relationships you feel you're meant to have, and having, just a deeper sense of fulfillment, and like that you're doing what you're meant to do, and I think that can grow and evolve. I think people sort of think of it as almost like a binary thing. You have your life purpose or you don't know what it is, like yes or no, like a light switch. But I don't think that's true. I think that it, I mean, from working with hundreds and thousands of people, I guess, over the years, it's more of like a sunrise, like a gradual thing that you just kind of open up to a sense of purpose, a deeper sense of meaning and purpose in your life. So anyway, that is what I help people with, essentially. So it related to like clearing burdens from past lives, clearing burdens from your childhood in this life, so that you can have more of a sense of individual purpose. Because it seemed like that people who were, it's like that's sort of the negative, burdening side of families, like the potential, not for everybody, but there is that potential for people that you kind of lose yourself to your family and your family's sense of purpose, or your family's, whoever's the patriarchy and matriarchy in your family, like that you just kind of follow them and what they believe in, you believe in, so it's sort of like a group purpose that you're fully immersed in, and for some people that is a choice. They really love that, and that's all they want or need. Generally people that can handle me as a healer, they're much older souls, they've had many more lifetimes, so that's usually not enough to sort of have just a group purpose and a family purpose, and they usually want more and more of a sense of individuality, and have their own unique sense of purpose, and maybe pick and choose the groups that they're a part of more mindfully, and also kind of fine-tune like how much they want to be a part of each group, and how they're different from their group also, as opposed to just yay, we are all one kind of a thing. So anyway, blah blah blah, that was so that wasn't really a nutshell, so I hope the people that need a nutshell. Okay, finding your purpose, how about that? kind of unburdening from past life burdens and this life burden, so that you can have a deeper sense of, your own individuality and fulfillment in this life. There you go. I nutshelled it, finally. Okay, so the literal of how that happened was, and again, literal how this happened. Before I started, I did say hi to everybody. This time probably it took me maybe at least 10 minutes to say hi to, 10-15 minutes to say hi to everybody, individually, which is optional, but I'm still kind of liking that part, so I do it anyway. That's not a part of the 20-minute healing. But I just say hi to everybody one at a time, and I say hi to their angels, and their angels are like, yeah, he's ready. Yeah, she's ready, and then, and there were a couple people that, had something going on where they really weren't ready. So I kind of pointed out a couple things, and they had their angels like fix it first. But anyway, so then when the start time happened, when I was ready to start, the angel suggested that everyone do a red grounding, individual grounding, of course. None of this stuff is like people bonding together with other participants at all. It's all individual. Like, they don't even communicate with each other. It's just you and your angels, and that's who I'm communicating with. And then that times 50, for the 50 participants. But anyway, so everyone had red grounding, and big, wide, flowing grounding connection to the center of the earth, for their body and their spirit and their aura, and I sent, gold universal healing energy to kind of help everybody have more flow in their grounding, and also a wider grounding. And then, so it was as wide as their aura. And then I noticed that, my sample person that the angels picked, their aura was in need of repair. So I did that. And that's really common in these healings, that I'll help everyone to mend up rips and tears in their aura. But sometimes it's not like so soon in the healing. So it's probably because of Mother's Day, people had a lot of rips and tears, I laugh just because, I don't know, I think it's better to have amusement about it than, be bitter about it. So, but, it's not exactly funny that people got their energy ripped up, and I'm sorry if it did happen to you as a participant, that, one of your siblings clocked you or something yesterday, on a spirit level, but it can always be healed. So that's what we did. So I sent gold light all around everybody's aura on the outside, because the rips, they come from the outside in. So I just helped everybody, and particularly too, because a lot of times the rips and tears, they'll happen at the top of the aura, like all around the top part. But this time I did the bottom part of the aura too. Actually more so like gold light around the bottom. So if this is a copy of your aura in front of you, it's like a big bubble, and so like the bottom half of it, which is way under your feet, by the way, because your aura, all the layers of your aura wrap down beneath your feet. Like, people tend to forget that because it's like, it's in the earth or in the floor, it's not like right here, like that part, it goes under your feet. But anyway, so since this was the second of the 3 healings, people really did, they were releasing a lot still from the Friday healing. And so it's important to have good flow at the bottom part of your aura, because it helps you let go. Like, otherwise it can sort of almost form a bowl that holds things, and keeps you from letting go. So so that's how there was a letting go theme in the healing, because I helped everybody to get rid of stagnant energy in the bottom half of all the layers of their aura, so that they could release as easily as possible anything that they were wanting to let go of. Oh, and if you do feel weird, like one of my participants, she mentioned in her survey that at first she felt good, and then she felt grumpy, and then she felt good again, and it's generally well, sometimes it's because you got a giant rip in your aura because somebody threw energy at you. So you could just imagine, you know, like say if this is a copy, just like of your aura out in front of you, just like lots of gold light, just drench it with gold light from your hands. Or like imagine gold suns all around you, just drenching your aura with gold light and mending up the rips and tears. You know, so like say if you're gonna be with a bunch of people and you feel like some of them are pissed at you or kind of invasive, you know, maybe just imagine like lots of gold suns all around you, like sun in the sky, you know, lots of gold suns, just create them and just have them shine on you constantly so that, you know, in real time you're healing yourself as stuff maybe happens. So then a different sample person, they had a little hardness at the very top of their aura, which is super common. You know, a lot of times in these recaps I'm talking about, you know, look at the very top and the very bottom of your aura, you know, and make a copy out in front of you and just see if the very top and the very bottom have stuck energy. It's super common. It's not people think, oh, you know, I'm such a screw up, I have stuck energy right there, but it's not that. It's just that if you look for it and clear it, it optimizes your rate of growth. Like you just grow faster. It's natural for things to not be perfect all the time. You know, it's just that when you look and you find what's jammed and you know, you're pretty consistent with melting away what's jammed, it's just like your flow and your progress is much more fluid and consistent. That's all. So try to do the, you know, perceive it in the glass half full version of that rather than, oh, I'm such a dork, my energy's clogged, you know. Because even, I mean, you know, like for those of you who idealize how my energy is, which, you know, I don't encourage at all because it's like a fantasy, but you know, I regularly find clogs in the very top and the very bottom of my aura and just melt them away, and that, like I said, it just frees up my chakras to process more freely. Frees them up to process more freely. Free. Okay, so then sometimes in these recap videos I talk about like your 8th chakra, number 8. So like your chakras in your body are 1 through 7. 1 at the base of they're numbered like floors in a building, right? So 1 is at the base of your spine and then the floors go up, right? The chakras go up in number. So 7 is in your head and the top of your head. And then 8th chakra is like way above. I mean, like, even if it was really close above, maybe it would be just above where the tips of your fingers are, you know? And then it could be even way more high than that up, which is fine. I mean, it's just a part of your eternal spirit. It doesn't have to be, you know, super close all the time. But usually if somebody's really engaged in their life, it's pretty close, like maybe just right where, you know, right above, you know, the tip of your finger when you reach up. But anyway, so that space in between the top of your aura and your gold sun, you know, you can get energy blocks there, and that can distort your eternal wisdom that's shining down from the gold sun. You can imagine it like gold sunshine coming down from the gold sun of your 8th chakra, and you don't want anything blocking or distorting that sunshine of your eternal wisdom. So I just imagine for everybody maybe like the top 3 energy blocks that were blocking or distorting that flow of their 8th chakra eternal wisdom flowing down to them, and I helped them clear it, and I did that a few times. That can help with like a sense of purpose, also a sense of like a larger meaning to things, and that things happen for a reason, and it's usually your 8th chakra energy shining down on you is very comforting. It just makes you not get into little petty dramas so much. Just looking at my notes, trying to figure this out. What did I do? Because I like make little scratch notes, but they're not really detailed because I'm focused on the work, not taking notes about the work. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I already mentioned just a little about how this healing was like everybody finding what they currently want as far as a balance between their individual purpose and their sense of purpose with a group, if any, that they want. For example, like some kind of family goals or goals as a couple, if somebody's in a relationship, or maybe they're in a political organization or something, you know. And so those goals, and then your individual purpose, like what you as a spirit, as an eternal soul, you know, made this life to do, like what's your to-do list spiritually. And so I healed people's 7th chakra and their 4th chakra in the center of the chest, because a lot of times, like family purpose, you know, like the goals of the family or the goals of a group, those might be sort of stuck in your heart chakra. So that, you know, so I just help people heal both of those chakras. And you could do that right now, you know, you could just use your hands, you know. My hands are cold because it's like a little chilly out here. But anyway, I usually run a little bit cold. Okay, so gold light comes out of your fingertips. Even if your hands are cold, they still work. So you have little chakras in the tip of each finger. And so you could just kind of imagine opening them up more, so more energy comes out of them. They generate energy. All chakras generate energy, actually. And then you have, you know, of course, the hand chakra, which is in the palm of each hand, which is a lot bigger. And so you just open up all those and imagine gold light coming out. That's your healing energy. And it's your energy, but you're going to use it on yourself, so that's fine. Like when I healed everybody, there's no way I'm using my energy on everybody. Like everyone would feel really messed up and it would be super dangerous for me. So when I heal everybody, I'm using like gold universal healing energy, which is just like, you know, like earth energy or something. You know, it's not the same, but it's like an energy that doesn't belong to me. It's just sort of, you know, more, well, yeah, it's not about me. It's not about me. So anyway, gold light right here and right here. So 7th, send it into the top of your head and in your heart chakra. And you can just, you know, with your intention, be like, okay, I'm healing these chakras and I am washing out anybody else's energy about what my purpose should be and what my goals should be. You know, because, you know, it could be you want to have a part of a group purpose. It could be you don't at all, you know, and your free will is really priceless, you know. So you can just heal these 2 energy centers, and just in your mind you're just kind of readjusting and washing out other people's energy and ideas so that you can resonate with your own purpose, you know. And just because you're washing out everybody else's ideas doesn't mean that you're leaving a group if you don't want to leave a group, you know. It just means that you have total free will, and so you are the one, like your thoughts are your own about, you know, what everything means to you. You're not being brainwashed. So you can just, you know, wash out the brainwashing and the heart washing. It's a good thing to do for Mother's Day, right? Because that way, you know, typically you can enjoy, hold on. You know, some people think like, oh, you know, I cough, I need to drink something, which, yeah, you know, that'd be nice if I had a hot beverage right now, but I don't. But really, it was just I think, you know, I have an energy cord. Like your 5th chakra is right in the front of your throat, going all the way to the back of your neck. And I have some energy cords going in the sides that are just like, so that's actually why I was coughing. So hopefully if I can clear those energy cords, just melt them away with gold light. So you can go ahead and do that. You know, like imagine the front of your throat chakra and just melt away the cords. They look like little lines going in. And just don't worry about if you created them or someone else created them, blah, blah, blah. Just melt them away with gold light. And there you go. And then the back, do that with the back of the 5th chakra. And again, it's a round opening in the back. And just imagine the gold light from your hands kind of melting away the cords. That way nobody's controlling your communication and also your thoughts, because 5th chakra helps define how you think about the world. You know, it's like your own inner reflective space, your ability to, you know, finish your own thoughts, which is really important for free will. Because if someone's really tapped in here, it actually literally affects how you think about things. And, you know, it's kind of hard to have free will if someone's controlling your thoughts. All right. Well, I feel better. We'll see. We'll see if that fixes my cough. So far, it feels like it did. Okay. So then I had everybody have their angels clean out that space between the top of the aura and the 8th chakra, just so that in case there was any foreign energy there, because some of the sample people had some extra energy there that was going to take too long for me to clear out. So I just had everybody do that. So you can do that too, you know, just be like, angels, you know, say angels, don't say, okay, anything out there, help me. You know, you don't want that, because angels are benevolent and altruistic, and they're there to help you. And there are some energies out there that are not benevolent and altruistic. So that's why, you know, like when you say I'm open to divine assistance, in my mind, that's angels, you know, so that's okay. But you could just say angels, you know, please clean this out, you know, clean out the space between me and my 8th chakra. You know, so I'm doing that right now. It's nice. I mean, I asked for it, so my angels are doing it. Oh yeah, then this was pretty interesting. There were people had past life energy blocks in their 8th chakra, actually, like in that gold sun, that were keeping, like, it was kind of weakening the energy of all that eternal wisdom, so it didn't shine down as much as it could on them. And some of those people, they, you know, they just don't consciously, like if I looked at a sample person and that person, you know, has had trouble finding their person, you know, like they're the most fulfilling relationship they can have, you know, so I think there is a real strong value to having a very strong energy of your 8th chakra shining down on you, that gold light from your 8th chakra, the big sun above you. So anyway, I just I double check with the angels, because usually that's not a type of healing that I do, but the angels all were like, yep. So I just imagined like energy blocks that people had actually in their gold suns, and just a couple, you know, that they were ready to clear, and they were from past lives. So that cleared, and then a different sample person, they didn't have enough 8th chakra, and enough, it's not like an absolute amount, but I could kind of tell that what was the ideal amount of that 8th chakra gold light shining down, and compare it, ideal for them, and compare it to how much was shining down, and it was maybe a quarter of what it would have ideally been for him. So a different him than the other him I said. There was like when I was visualizing their gold sun, there was like a white shell around it of energy. So I just I double check with the angels, and they're like, yeah, that's fine. So I did that for everybody. I just like had universal gold light washing out the outside of everybody's gold sun for their 8th chakra, just to kind of clear off any coding that they were ready to release. I did it really gently, you know, because I mean, I think 8th chakra is super potent, so I didn't want to do anything that was too trippy for people. So anyway, so the sample people that there were like 3 sample people that in particular I noticed had that issue where there just wasn't enough 8th chakra energy shining down on them. So it was giving them the sense of like not knowing where they were in their life or what the meaning of their life is or anything, you know, like kind of directionless. So as that, you know, the coating of white energy around their gold sun melted off, then they got enough of the gold light shining down on them. And then it was towards the end by this time, so I suggested everybody use a yellow grounding cord of, you know, their own energy or earth energy, and so everyone had a yellow grounding, which is, you know, grounding connects your spirit and your body all the way down to the center of the earth, and your aura and everything. And it's ideally, in my mind, it's like very wide and flowing, not like a little rope. Because the wider it is, the more flowing it is, it just helps you clear and let go and release blocked energy, and be more stable. And then I help people, I just visualize like people's energy blocks in their grounding and help people melt away those energy blocks, just, you know, like the top ones that they were ready to clear. And then I noticed a sample person had like it's like a tub drain, you know, like if you fill a tub up with water, you have to put a plug in the drain to keep it from draining. So with grounding, you don't want it to be like a tub full of water, you want it to be like a waterfall, right? It flows all the way down to the center of the earth, and the energy goes and gets absorbed in the center of the earth. So that person had some energy blocks that were pretty significant right at the bottom, so it was like making things not drain right all the way down to the center of the earth. So I just imagine that for everybody, if anybody had like significant energy blocks right at the bottom that were kind of like a tub stopper, you know, a flow stopper. And so then I helped everyone clear that. Let's see what else. Oh, it's not raining. I think I'll move back to not be under the house. Hold on. Okay, yay. Out in the fresh air. Oh, this should be my thumbnail for the video. Okay. So, fear. You know, fear is usually a common thing that will keep people from growing and changing. And again, fear is not, it's not really a real thing. Like a perception of danger is a real thing. You know, like if I have a bear charging me right now, my perception of that, you know, I could perceive that as fear, and it's knowledge and I should act on it, right? But a lot of people have fears that are, you know, kind of irrational, and if they just cleared the blocked energy, they no longer have the fear, you know? And sometimes if you have that blocked energy and the fear, you actually create, a lot of times you create, you know, these problematic situations that didn't have to exist in the first place. So, so again, fear is just energy blocks in the way, making it hard for your first chakra at the base of your spine to generate courage and safety and abundance. And a nice color for your first chakra at the base of your spine is a red. You could use other colors, but I like red because I like to do the rainbow thing. So like red at the first, orange at the second, yellow at the third, green at the fourth, and then 2 blues, like a lighter blue, and then maybe a bright cobalt at the 6th, and then 7th is like a purple. So it's optional, but over the years I've just felt like it works well. So, but anyway, so I helped people. Oh yeah, it's like I had everybody make a big pile out in front of them of the fears that they have about being different from a group, or fears and worries they have for their group, like say if they're worried about all their kids, or they're worried about their parents or all their siblings or whatever. So it was like fear related to a group, or fear related to individuating from the group, or disappointing a group, or, you know, being an individual basically. And it was just the fear that people were ready to clear at that time that would help them to clear. And so it was like everyone had these giant piles out in front of them, and then I just, you know, helped them to ground the pile with like a red grounding and then a yellow grounding, I mean red, orange, and yellow, and just ran gold light through the piles until they all melted. So because you know, you can create a lot of change in your life, but you can also be terrified of the changes, you know, and that's not fun really, you know. So it's good to create the change, but also then, you know, imagine that you're clearing your fear about your changes. So, you know, you can do it on your own. Just imagine like a big pile in front of you, outside of your aura, you know, of all the energy blocks that you have in you of, like, you know, fear of change, you know. And you don't have to be conscious of these energy blocks, and they could be other people's energy, they could be your stuck energy from a past life. It doesn't matter, you know. It's just anything that makes you fear your own positive change, you know. And you can even like make a picnic blanket out in front of you first, you know, an energy picnic blanket that's gold, and then just heap all that stuff on top of the blanket, and then just melt it down with gold light, or burn it with gold fire, or, you know, give the whole pile to your angels, you know, lots of fun options. Oh, and then my sample person, a different sample person, had those energy cords that connect the physical body to the spirit body. Because you have, you know, your physical body, but that's not you. You're a spirit, you're an eternal spirit. So you are made up of energy. You're not made up of bones. So you have a physical body. This is my physical body, not yours. You have your physical body, but it's, you know, when that is done, you still exist as a spirit. So there are good cords or connections at the 7th chakra and the 3rd chakra between your spirit and your body. And I go into a lot of detail about those connections in the last triplet 3 healing set, April 28th, April 30th, May 2nd of 2017. So you could rewatch those recap videos. But anyway, I needed to help everybody expand those cords, those good connections, so that they could send a lot more new energy from their spirit to their body, from their spirit 7th and 3rd to their physical body's 7th and 3rd chakras. Just so it was like a refreshing, you know, opening up of that energy. So then, because their spirit, everyone's spirit was pretty liberated by this healing, but you want it to translate into, you know, feeling good on a real literal level. So that's those cords and opening up that flow, those good connections, good cords. They help you to, you know, like have a fresh start, you know, and feel very like you're centered, you're focused, because a lot of, you know, sometimes people talk about the healing crisis, you know, like that after you get an energy healing, you're going to feel screwed up no matter what, you know. And obviously that is not something that I would want for anybody, you know. I want people to change a lot but feel good during the process. So, you know, optimizing those cords and healing those good cords between your 7th of your spirit and your body and your 3rd of your spirit and your body. I've learned through reading people's surveys, it really is helping people to clear energy and move forward with the healings, but also feel pretty darn good in the process. So thank you for filling out your surveys. They really help me learn and improve what I'm doing. Then just as like a finishing touch thing, I helped people just kind of wash out the back of their aura. You know, so this is the back of my aura. It goes all the way back here. But anyway, I just help people to, you know, clear, like wash out any stagnant energy that they were ready to release from the back layers of their aura. Usually the back of your aura, it's like stuff you know that expression, oh, I want to put my past behind me, or I want to put it behind me, I don't want to think about it anymore. Someone said that just the other day in a phone session. So you got to be careful about thought patterns like that, because that's technically just repression if you put it behind you, you know, like in your aura. And that's a lot of times what people do. They just, if they don't want to think about something, but they're really, really not over it, they just shove it back there. And then they train their mind to stop being aware of it, you know, but that's just repression. It doesn't help at all. So anyway, so I just help people melt away. And so you can imagine just melting away any stuck energy back there that is totally stuck, and you've just decided to pretend that it's not there. Just melt it away. You know, you can just imagine lots of gold suns behind you, just melting away all that stuck stuff that you're pretending is not even there. Because that's the thing, I mean, the mind is so powerful. You gotta watch that, you know, like your own denial, you know. That's my neighbor's dog, Duke. I think his name is. Then my sample person, just as a final thing, a different sample person needed a little bit of unblocking at the third chakra. Third chakra, again, is where your sternum ends, like, so that bone that goes down, and when after it ends, that's your third. And third chakra has to do with feeling alert, having energy. So, you know, sometimes people are like, oh, these healings make me sleepy, you know, and usually what that is either you've lost your grounding, so you reimagine like a nice big wide flowing grounding that's red, orange, or yellow, and then open back up your third chakra right here, and, you know, unblock the front, unblock the back. They're round openings, right? And just imagine the chakra getting bigger and bigger and bigger so that your spirit can fit back in there, and then you won't feel sleepy, which is convenient. Because if it's not bedtime, you got stuff to do. I mean, unless you want to take a nap, then, you know, go for it. But this way you actually have a choice, which is nice. And, you know, of course, you could expand your second chakra and your first chakra just so you fit better into those two. Okay, so that's all. That's all I did. So, as you know, if you've heard a lot of these recap videos, it's just that explaining something takes a lot longer for me to do than actually doing it. And that's why actually I'm moving away from doing phone sessions, because the talking about it sometimes is actually counterproductive to the doing. So I do, if you didn't see it, I do have a news video, which is a major news video. I mean, of course, I'm gonna think all my news videos are major, but this one, I think other people are going to think that too. It's the one that just came out, so it's from May 11th, I think, 2017, and it talks about no more phone sessions, but like other amazing, like the AIR, Angel Inspiration recordings that I'm going to be able to make for people, where, anyway, it's really cool. So you could watch that video. I'll link it in the information section. All right, bye.